I want to start with just a short hidden word. O Son of Man, thou art my dominion, and my dominion perisheth not. Wherefore fearest thou thy perishing? Thou art my light, and my light shall never be extinguished. Why dost thou dread extinction? Thou art my glory, and my glory fadeth not. Thou art my robe, and my robe shall never be outworn. Abide then in thy love for me, that thou mayest find me in the realm of glory.
Grant, O my Lord, that they who have ascended unto thee may repair unto him who is the most exalted companion, and abide beneath the shadow of the tabernacle of thy majesty and the sanctuary of thy glory. Sprinkle, O my Lord, upon them from the ocean of thy forgiveness what will make them worthy to abide, so long as thine own sovereignty endureth within thy most exalted kingdom and thine all highest dominion. Potent art thou to do what pleaseth thee. Baha'u'llah.
Oh Dios, concede que estos siervos sean aceptados en tu umbral. Revele un nuevo cielo y una nueva tierra, para que sea una nueva morada. Haz que desciende una nueva Jerusalén desde lo alto. Dota a la humanidad de nuevo pensamiento y de nueva vida. Imbuye a las almas nuevas percepciones y confieres nuevas virtudes. Tú eres el donador, el fuerte. En verdad tú eres el generoso. Abdul Baha.
O thou loving provider, these souls have hearkened to the summons of thy kingdom and have gazed upon the glory of the Son of thy truth. They have risen upward through the refreshing skies of love. They are enamored of thy nature, and they worship thy beauty. Unto thee they turn themselves, speaking together of thee, seeking out thy dwelling, and thirsting for the water brooks of thy heavenly realm. Thou art the giver, the bestower, the ever-loving.
Oh mi Dios, oh tú perdonador de los pecados, el que confiere los dones, el que disipa las aflicciones. Verdaderamente te suplico que perdones los pecados de quienes han abandonado su vestimenta física y han ascendido al mundo espiritual. Oh mi Señor, purifícalos de sus transgresiones, disipa sus tristezas y cambia su oscuridad en luz. Haz que entren en el jardín de la felicidad. Límpialos con el agua más pura y concédeles que puedan contemplar tus resplandores sobre el monte más sublime. Abdul Baha.
Wallahu ta'ala Alvardigara Murdigara Nafs Nafisi Bemalakut Shut Nemut از خاکدان فانی به جهان جاودانی شتافت میهمان جدید است، عزیز فرما بنده قدیم است خلعت بدیع عطا کن ای بی نیاز بیامرز و بنواز و به خلوتگاه رات ده و در محفل تجلی همدم و دمساز نما توی دهنده و بخشنده و مهربان و توی آمرزنده و نوازنده و توانا این
Oh mi Señor, que aquellos que han ascendido hacia ti puedan dirigirse a aquel quien es el más exaltado compañero y puedan habitar a la sombra del tabernáculo de tu majestad y el santuario de tu gloria. Rocía, oh mi Señor, sobre ellos del océano de tu perdón, aquello que lo haga dignos de habitar tanto tiempo como perdure tu soberanía, dentro de tu muy exaltado reino y tu altísimo dominio. Potente eres tú para saber lo que te place. Bahá'u'lláh.
If you don't mind, I will read a prayer in Russian. It's about unity. О мой Боже, соедини сердца слух Твоих и открой им великую цель Твою. Да следуют они велениям Твоим и да соблюдают закон Твой. Помоги им, о Боже, в страданиях их и даруй им силы служить Тебе. О Боже, не представляй их самим себе, но направляй их стопы светом знания Твоего и радуй их сердца Твоей любовью. Воистину, Ты их помощник и их Господь. Баха'Аллах.
Matthew, you can continue.
O Son of Justice, whither can a lover go but to the land of his beloved? And what seeker findeth rest away from his heart's desire? To the true lover, reunion is life, and separation is death. His breast is void of patience, and his heart hath no peace. A myriad lives he would forsake to hasten to the abode of his beloved.
Amigo José.
Oh mis amigos, habéis olvidado aquella verdadera y radiante mañana cuando en aquellas sagradas y benditas cercanías estabais todos reunidos en mi presencia a la sombra del árbol de la vida, que está plantado en el paraíso todo glorioso. Sobrecogidos escuchasteis cuanto pronuncié estas tres santísimas palabras. Oh amigos, no prefiráis vuestra voluntad a la mía. Nunca deseéis aquello que yo no he deseado para vosotros, y no os acerquéis a mí con corazones sin vida, manchados de deseos y anhelos mundanos. Si tan solo santificarais vuestras almas, en este mismo instante recordaríais aquel lugar y aquellas cercanías, y la verdad de mis palabras se harían evidente para todos vosotros. Bajaulá.
Say, teach ye the cause of God, O people of Baha. For God hath prescribed unto everyone the duty of proclaiming his message, and regardeth it as the most meritorious of all deeds. Such a deed is acceptable only when he that teacheth the cause is already a firm believer in God, the supreme protector, the gracious, the almighty. The soul is a sign of God, the Lord of the heavens and of the earth. If such be the blessings conferred on all created things, how superior must be the destiny of the true believer, whose existence and life are to be regarded as the originating purpose of all creation.
والله بخشنده یزدان این بندگان آزادگان بودند و این جانهای تابان به نور هدایتت روشن و درخشنده گشتند. جامی سرشار از باده محبت نوشیدم و اسراری بی پایان از اوتار معرفتت شنیدم. دل به تو بستم و از دام بیگانگی جستم و به یگانگی تو پیوستم. این نفوس نفیسه را انیس لاهوتیان فرما و در حلقه خاصان درآر و در خلوتگاه عالم بالا محرم اسرار کن و مستغرق بحر انوار فرما. تویی بخشنده و درخشنده و مهربان. آمین.
نوید عزیز، dear نوید.
I'm in public. I cannot say a prayer. Would you please pass me? Thank you.
Ali John, you are mute.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said before we go to the next part, I have to say thanks a lot for all of you on behalf of Christine, Mehrdad family, and me. for joining today meeting and sending video and sharing memories about Mehrdad with us. For this section, I prepare a little short memories from Mehrdad that you guys telling the story. It's around 20 minutes. We can just watch this, then we can back and say another prayer, or maybe somebody want to tell a story or share something with Christine or us. Just let me share my screen and then we can continue.
Oh my God, oh thou forgiver of sins, restorer of gifts, dispeller of afflictions. Oh my God, oh thou forgiver of sins, restorer of gifts, dispeller of affliction. Verily I beseech thee to forgive the sins of such as have abandoned the physical garment and have ascended to the spiritual world, and have ascended to the spiritual world. Oh my Lord, purify them from trespasses, dispel their sorrows, and change their darkness into light. Oh my Lord, purify them from trespasses, dispel their sorrows, and change their darkness into light. Cause them to enter the garden of happiness, cleanse them with the most pure water, and grant to behold thy splendors on the loftiest mount. Cause them to enter the garden of happiness, cleanse them with the most pure water, and grant to behold thy splendors on the loftiest mount.
Buenas tardes, amados hermanos de la fe Baha'i. Quiero aprovechar esta oportunidad que Bernarda nos la da para decirles la experiencia tan grande, los recuerdos más valiosos que me dejó don Mehrdad Badiian. Tengo que manifestar que fue uno de los hombres que he conocido más creyentes en un solo Dios. Él fue el que me enseñó a que hay un Dios universal, que no tenemos para qué inventarnos dioses a la manera de cada uno de nosotros. Fue tan amoroso, tan afectivo con todos los miembros de mi hogar. Cuando lo visitábamos a Cuenca, tuvimos las más agradables experiencias inolvidables, porque junto a él el tiempo pasaba volando que cuando uno menos pensaba ya teníamos que retornar. Que Dios lo acoja en su reino, que su alma esté donde Él quería estar. Y un abrazo a todos ustedes, amados en la fe.
I haven't met Christina and Mehrdad personally. I have just seen them on the screen in Zoom meetings, but as Baha'i, we all are a family. I feel their joys as well as their sorrow. I still have Mehrdad's voice about 15 days ago explaining something about prayers and apologizing, as always, that he talks a lot. I enjoy his explanation and the tone of his voice. The only thing that comes to my mind is what Baha'u'llah has said in the Holy Writing. The nature of the soul after death can never be described, nor is it meet and permissible to reveal its whole character to the eyes of a man. So let's be happy for Mehrdad's soul. Thank you.
Dear friends, it is a sorrow for us to lose a beloved one, dear Mehrdad, but not for him, because he still is with us. He has us. He is free, cherished, and full of joy. So we have to be happy for him. I want to close my eyes and remember him. I can see a generous host, a kind heart, a beautiful soul, a knowledgeable person, and an eloquent speaker. We all love you, Mehrdad. قطع شعری است که به یاد مهرداد سرودم. این رشته روزی دیر یا زود جایی که نمیدانی پاره می‌گردد. در نوک قله یا شاید در ته دره برای تو، برای من نابهنگام پاره می‌گردد. در جمع یاران یا که شاید در غربت تنهاییت شب هنگام پاره می‌گردد. زمانی فرصتی داری، کمی بیش یا اندک، هی مکن افسوس، آخر چرا پاره می‌گردد. سرشته این رشته که گسستنش سرنوشته، به وقت پاییز پاره می‌گردد. بخند و شاد باش اگر باری داری، که خواهی یا نخواهی پاره می‌گردد.
Bueno, a la distancia, un saludo muy cariñoso a Christine Badiian, familiares y amigos, a quienes les deseo mucha paz, amor y resignación ante la partida de este mundo físico, quien fue en persona el señor Mehrdad Badiian, directo amigo, buena persona, excelente ser humano, dedicado en estos últimos años a enseñar y compartir la fe de Dios. Alúa, Dios es el más glorioso. Con el claro entendimiento sobre la vida después de la muerte física, y la convicción que el alma es un signo de Dios explicado con el mundo del vientre, quiero mencionar que quien en vida fue Mehrdad Badiian, en esta vida física fue una gran persona, excelente ser humano, amigable, bondadoso y un ser muy amoroso. Y tengo la seguridad de que su alma estará en el sendero que Dios ha dispuesto para él. Saludos cordiales a todos los Bahá'ís.
Permite, oh mi Señor, que aquellos que han ascendido hacia ti puedan acercarse a aquel quien es el más exaltado compañero y habitar a la sombra del tabernáculo de tu majestad y el santuario de tu gloria, oh mi Señor. Rocía sobre ellos del océano de tu perdón aquello que los hará dignos de habitar tanto tiempo como perdure tu propia soberanía dentro de tu muy exaltado reino y tu altísimo dominio. Potente eres tú para hacer lo que te place. Potente eres tú.
Mr. Mehrdad in 2 minutes. Well, I thank God I had an opportunity to meet such person, even through social media only. It did not happen for us to meet in person, and I'm sorry for that. I remember our first conversation. It was during Trump's administration. Mehrdad was describing the dissatisfaction with certain aspects of US government. And I remember I responded with the quote from the Bible: "Pray for the kings and others in power, so we may live quiet and peaceful life as we worship and honor God." And I remember he liked my train of thought. We had one more like that conversation, and ever since, he always treated me like one of his daughters. Yes, we never met in person. Yeah, you could sense the bond we developed. He would always guide and support anyone on the path of life. He was there listening and giving reasonable advice when needed. His social media presence was useful to me. He would always post the historical moments from the Baha'i Faith. He would post encouraging messages. It was his hobby, and I was one of the benefactors of that. His lifelong stories. Yes, life goes on, it's true. But he will be in my heart as the person who cared deeply and prayed for my heart deep secrets. And I should mention, I never told him what they were. He figured it out. Again, I thank God that I had a chance to meet such person in my life. And my deepest sympathy to Christine and his daughters.
Hi, I would like to take this moment to express a few words of tribute to our dear friend Mehrdad Badiian. As many of you know, my wife Mavash and I met Mehrdad only in July of last year. At that time, Mehrdad invited and welcomed us into his home. And ever since that day, Mehrdad has become a very important person in our lives. He's hosted us in our search for a new and better life. And during that time, Mehrdad has treated us with great kindness and generosity. In fact, not only did Mehrdad allow us into his home, but he also helped us to physically get there by traveling all the way to the distant city of Guayaquil and picking us up. And he did all of this during a time of great political strife. There were roadblocks and there was uncertainty in travel safety. From the very first moment that we met with Mehrdad, we discovered right away that this was an insightful and an intelligent man, and he showed himself to be kind, thoughtful, and just quite a genuine person. One of the things that I've come to know about Mehrdad is that he is famously known for the telling of many great stories and anecdotes. We very much enjoyed hearing the interesting stories of his fantastic life, and we have benefited greatly by hearing about his lifetime of wonderful experiences. Besides this, Mehrdad also shared with us many great insights about the Baha'i Faith. He demonstrated enlightened knowledge on many aspects of the faith. His insights will surely be missed and are undoubtedly a loss to the Baha'i community at large. We were immeasurably impressed with Mehrdad's knowledge, devotion, and love for the Baha'i Faith, and I will always be grateful for the time that we spent living with Mehrdad and Christine last year. While they asked nothing of us in return for that time, they also showed themselves to be the most kind and generous of hosts. I will miss Mehrdad's great sense of humor, his lovely speaking voice, and his most interesting thoughts and insights about the world situation of today. In the final analysis, I believe Mehrdad's devotion to teaching and his endeavor in the deepening of others can only be viewed as a positive thing. I believe these are rare qualities, and that Mehrdad honestly and earnestly helped a great many people, perhaps thousands. And this is what he did in his manner of teaching the faith. I will miss Mehrdad Badiian greatly, and I will always consider him to be like a brother to me. I will just close these remarks with a little prayer. It's a prayer that I actually lifted from the doorway terrace leading into the home of Mehrdad and Christine. My home is the home of peace. My home is the home of joy and delight. My home is the home of laughter and exaltation. Whoever enters through the portals of this home must go out with a gladsome heart. This is the home of light. Whosoever enters here must become illumined. Abdul Baha.
Lord, I bear witness unto thy power and might. Shelter the servant hastening to your light. Unto thee I pray, thou wilt not turn away one who has winged his way unto your shore. O thou sustainer, there is no God but thee, ever forgiving, source of nobility. Though I grieve, I must return unto thee. I trust that in the heaven of justice he may soar, circling round this poor one bless, cause him to enter the garden of happiness. Let thy breezes blow and merciful favors flow unto this loved one lowly at thy door. Oh, may he live. Oh, may he live. Oh, may he live in peace forevermore.
Thank you so much for Passionate. And I have to say thank you, especially for Matthew sharing this song, this beautiful song. It's hard for me to talking about Mehrdad, but we have 15 minutes more. Maybe somebody want to say a prayer or just talking with Christine.
I would like to give my condolences to Christine and to thank her for having me over at your and Mehrdad's place a few weeks ago. I wish that wasn't the first time I met you guys, but it was a very precious week, and I'll never forget it. And I'm sure I'll see you guys in the near future. And if there's anything I can do to help from afar, let me know. And I hope to see you very soon.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Christine.
I was just going to say, I just want people to know that especially the last 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks before Mehrdad passed on, he was so extremely happy about so many things. And seeing the pictures of the fireside and all of their friends. The night that he passed, we had friends over for dinner and a fireside, and he was so happy. Some of you may have seen the picture I posted on Facebook. And we were just clearing the table to have dessert and coffee when he collapsed. And it was gone. There was nothing we could do. But the support of all the friends that were there that night and since then have been such a great help. I'd like to thank you so much, every one of you. I know some of you aren't close, and that's okay. But your prayers and your support are invaluable for me. Thank you so much.
I think of all the stellar attributes that I know of about Mehrdad, teaching and sharing the glad tidings of Baha'u'llah, that attribute is the by far what I remember most about Mehrdad. And he was so skilled at connecting the hearts to the Blessed Beauty just in an instant. And I don't know how many people he conversed with and taught, but I remember being in a taxi with him, and he was able to present the faith in a way that was so compelling. It was like being in a magnetic force. So I would like to say this prayer for teaching, because if there's one thing, if there's a takeaway from Mehrdad, it is that we need to be sharing this precious gift that he was so generous in sharing. Oh my God, I am a servant attracted to thee, humbly drawing near to the door of thy oneness and supplicating the kingdom of thy mercy. Oh my God, permit me to be entirely thine, occupied only with the thoughts of thee, inflamed by the fire of thy love, and separated from all except thee, so that I may work in thy cause, spread thy wisdom, transmit thy knowledge, and impart the joy of knowing thee. Oh my God, I am a flame lighted by the hands of thy power. Let not that flame be quenched by the winds of trials. Increase my love for thee, my ardor for thy beauty and of thy oneness. Kindle the fire that burns in me in the Sinai of thy singleness, and the eternal life that is latent in me through thy bounty and grace. Thou art the protector, the watcher, the compassionate, and the merciful. Abdu'l-Baha.
Mis más sinceras condolencias. Hace poco conocí al señor Badiian, pero profundamente llegué a respetarlo y quererlo. Y quisiera compartir una oración, pero en español. Oh mi Dios, verdaderamente tu siervo humilde ante la majestad de tu divina supremacía, sumiso ante la puerta de tu unicidad, ha creído en ti y en tus versículos, ha dado testimonio de tu palabra, ha sido encendido con el fuego de tu amor, ha sido sumergido en las profundidades del océano de tu conocimiento, ha sido atraído por tus brisas, ha confiado en ti, ha vuelto el rostro hacia ti, te ha ofrecido sus súplicas y le han sido asegurados tu perdón y tu clemencia. Ha abandonado esta vida mortal y ha volado hacia el reino de la inmortalidad, anhelando el favor de encontrarse contigo. Oh Señor, glorifica su posición, cobíjalo en el pabellón de tu suprema misericordia. Haz que entre en tu glorioso paraíso y perpetúa su existencia en tu exaltada rosedal para que pueda sumergirse en el mar de luz que se halla en el mundo de los misterios. En verdad, tú eres el generoso, el poderoso, el perdonador, el donador. Abdul Baha.
I'm going to say a prayer in Farsi. Actually, it was the last prayer in Farsi that Mehrdad sent to me. And I want to say this prayer for Mehrdad's soul. O Allah, ای غریب دلخون، غم مخور، غمخوار مهربان داری، محزون مباش، مخدوم بزرگوار داری. هرچند در دریای محن و آلام مستغرقیم، ولی سفینه نجاتی داریم. هرچند در ظلمات و مصائب و بلایا گرفتاریم، ولی مه تابانی داریم. ملجعی چون ملکوت ابها داریم و مأمنی چون حصون ملأ اعلا. دیگر چه اضطرابی، دیگر چه احتراقی، چون در ظل میثاق. عبدالبها Abbas. You know, some people are full of idea, they are full of good feelings, full of unsaid word. You have to remember them, their memories, their good feelings. I mean, people, some of them, their departure and even their absence among us is full of word. And Mehrdad is one of them for me.
Allah Akbar, Allah. Todos, everybody. Allah Akbar, Allah
Before we finish today's meeting, maybe Christine, you want to say something? Or just I can play music?
I would just say one last thing. Remember that Mehrdad died doing what he loved doing, sharing the faith with everyone. And one moment he was smiling and happy, and the next moment he's going distant. So what more can you ask for?
He was passed away in the best way, Christine.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Just I play a music for finishing today's meeting.
هو الله ای پروردگار این گنهکار شرمسار است و گرفتار حواجز این خاکدان تاریک و تار. ای محبوب مهربان از نفس و هوا بیزار کن و گرفتار محبت خویش فرما تا از خود بگذرم روی تو جویم خوی تو خواهم راه تو پویم از هر قیدی آزاد شوم و از هر غمی و بلایی دلشاد گردم. تویی بخشنده و دهنده و مهربان.
Okay, thank you so much for all of you. Every Wednesday
Thank
at
you,
6,
Ali and Christine.
you're welcome, you're welcome. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m. we have a prayer meeting, and it's our pleasure. If you want, just come and join us.
Good night, Christine.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Allah.
Thank you for inviting.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Gracias.
Gracias, gracias.
Have a good night, Christine. Take care.